Let's go in depth now with the president and CEO of FreedomWorks. He's also the author of Don't Hurt People and Don't Take Their Stuff, a libertarian manifesto. He is Matt Kibbe, back now on America's Forum. Matt.
Hey, great to be back.
It is good to have you here. Did this victory for Republicans come by establishment Republicans co-opting the Tea Party?
You know, I don't think so, because all politics is measured at the margin. And if you look at what happened in 2010, 2012, and now 2014, the Tea Party has been a decisive block of votes that have made both the Senate and the House more conservative, more liberty-minded, more focused on key issues like patient-centered healthcare, like balancing the budget. And the question I have to ask is, someone like Joni Ernst, is she an establishment Republican, or is she a more common sense Reagan fiscal conservative in the mold that the Tea Party started to reestablish starting in 2010? The other thing that's interesting is, you know, the Republicans were battling in states like Georgia and states like states that should have been, without thinking, Republican seats. In 2010, we were picking up Pennsylvania by 10 points. We were picking up Florida by 20 points, picking up New Hampshire by 23 points. I think we need to come to terms with the fact that in order for Republicans to win, it's not enough not to be Barack Obama.
And mindful of that, perhaps the question we ought to ask before can there be cooperation between Republicans and Democrats, the question becomes, will the establishment cooperate with the new grassroots Tea Party Republicans who were elected last Tuesday night?
Well, you know, the story that nobody's telling is that the House not only got more Republican, but it got more fiscally conservative. There's a much larger Liberty Caucus in the House with new members like Rod Bloom and Bruce Poliquin from Maine. Those are pickups, by the way. And you're going to see that reasserting of the Liberty voice in the House. And I think the GOP establishment needs to come to terms with that, because what we're asking them to do, by the way, is exactly what Ronald Reagan asked the Republican Party to consider in 1976. And when he won the president, he became that new standard bearer for common sense fiscal conservatism, issues that actually matter to real people.
As we look back at a simply described platform for the midterms, it appears in retrospect Republicans won on a platform of Obamacare repeal, balancing the budget, and opposing amnesty for illegals. If the establishment tries to co-opt the Tea Party in any way to back down from those goals, will that be met with real problems in 2016?
Oh, I think so. I don't think the Republicans have solved the political question of how they win a national election. Off-year elections is smaller turnout, and this appears to be the smallest in the last 10 years. And it was people that voted against Barack Obama, but not much else. But of course, Barack Obama won't be on the ticket in 2016. I think that you have to look at some of these younger members, let's call them Tea Party members if you want, Senator Rand Paul, Senator Mike Lee, who just took over the Senate Steering Committee, maybe someone like Ben Sasse, the newly elected senator from Nebraska. The ideas, the big ideas that are going to propel Republicans in 2016 are not coming from Mitch McConnell and John Boehner. They're coming from the bottom up, from the candidates that were elected by Grassroots America.
So a new group of senators and congressmen, new ideas, and perhaps new leadership, not in the classic sense of replacing party leaders, but in terms of the national stage, and indeed candidacies for the presidency next time around in 2016. Matt Kibbe, there is so much ground to cover with you. We're going to ask you to come back and join us following the break. And those watching, we would ask you to weigh in on what Matt had to say. Interested in getting your thoughts, why don't you tweet me your thoughts at Newsmax TV, hashtag America's Forum. There's newsmaxtv.com/comment. And don't forget Facebook. Our faces are coming right back here.